Sorry. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Is someone here for the first time? I guess not. No? So everyone knows how TNT works, right?
Yes.
I think so. We can start with the presentation. I will be first. I'm Luana. I'm 32. I'm living in Beraba, Minas Gerais, with my husband, my kids, my father-in-law, my dog, a lot of person. I work at school like a teacher, as a teacher, and that's it. How about you, Gustavo?
Hello, good evening. My name is Gustavo. I'm 25 years old. I live in a city called Feira de Santana, Bahia, and I study computer engineering. And I love pizza, I love chocolate, and I really like TNT. Can I call someone else?
Bruna, how about you?
Hello, everybody. My name is Bruna. I live in São Paulo. I work as a teacher too. I live with my family, my parents and my brother. I don't know, just like I like pizza too and chocolate and pudding, ice cream. I love eating, sleeping, listening to music, and I think that's it.
How about you, Raissa?
So my internet is crashing. I don't listen the question.
We just present yourself.
Okay. So I live in Feira de Santana too, like Gustavo. My name is Raissa. I have 25 years old. I've been teaching since November. Now, I think it's just this. My presentation is always just this.
That's all. Thank you. And you, Melissa?
Right. So I'm Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm 20 years old, and currently I'm working at iFood as a people analytics. And that's basically it. I love pizza and stuff. And speaking of Feira de Santana, my whole family kind of lives in the area, you know? So Feira de Santana, São Gabriel, I think so. Amélia, Jussara, Coroazal, all of these places, there is a Almeida there. There is an Almeida or Pereira there. And by the way,
Nice.
like, you see, so by the way, as I said before, I think I said it many, many times, the greatest time of my life was in Bahia when I was a child. It was so, so cool that I befriended a goat, like for real. I think I've mentioned something like that about it to Bruna, and it was just awesome. I love Bahia. That's it. I'm a hostess here on TNT for about almost a year now. Almost a year. That's it.
Thank you. We will start with the questions now. The first is what are some purpose-related situations that we are sort of used to giving? Can you start, Bruna?
There were some in the video pretty common And Mel said something about when your friends tell you to do something you don't really want to do then, but you are there like kind of pressured and you do it maybe. So drinking, I think this is something so common. Doing drugs, drinking, um, pretty common. Skipping classes at school, another one pretty common. In adult life, maybe going somewhere, going to parties, um, traveling can be something else too. Like, oh, let's travel with me. Like, no, I don't want to. No, it's going to be nice, I swear. So I think traveling, skipping classes, yeah, these are the most common that I can think of.
Thank you. Good evening, Mario. Can you present yourself and answer the question number 2 for us, please?
Excuse me. Hey, Mario, if you're speaking, we cannot listen to you, but that's no problem because you can log out and then log in, okay? Maybe he isn't listening to us as well. So keep on with the meeting loop because I'm going to message him, okay?
Okay, thank you. Gustavo, can you answer the question for us, please?
Yes, I agree with Bruna. I think that those are the most common. And I think that maybe they are not always related to like a group of people, maybe just a friend that is, like Bruna said, is like kind of annoying you to do something, especially a travel, you know? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you. And you, Raíssa? Raíssa, you there?
Yes, but I do not understand the question.
I will read again for you, okay?
Okay.
What are some per person related situations that we are sort of used to give in? Do you understand now?
I don't know if
Number
I
2.
understand. Yeah, I don't know if I understand this question. It's like giving is desistir.
Can I help?
Yeah, please.
Please.
So, Hazel, give in. Like let's say that you were invited to go to a party, okay? You were invited to go to a party. And then you don't really want to go to that party, you know? You rather stay in, sleep and stuff, but you give in. You give in because of the peer pressure. You say, okay, guys, so your friends peer pressure you, and you give in. Okay, guys, I didn't want to go to the party, but I'm going because all of you are going. Does it make sense? Raíssa, you're free speaking with it.
Yes, but it's crashing. My internet is crashing, so freezing.
Relax, relax. But have you understood?
I think more or less.
Alrighty. If you want to skip this question, no problem, okay?
Okay.
You can.
Okay, please. Next question.
Okay.
Okay. In my case, I need to answer, right? In my case, I guess some party that I don't want to go, and I go because no, oh, you need to go with us because you are cool. That party is good for you, and okay, I will go. I don't drink. I don't drink or drunk with my friends because I don't like. And for really, in really, they don't invite me when I was kid. Teenager. Then don't invite me for to do this thing, and it was good for me and for them. So the next question: have you ever persuade anyone? Mel, can you start for us, please?
I haven't answered the previous one. Can I answer the previous one? I'm answering it right now. So, the second question, what are some peer pressure related situations that we are sort of used to giving? I liked something that Bruna mentioned, that because she mentioned a few situations that fall in teenager phase and the adult life phase. Something about adult life phase, adult life and stuff, that it's kind of related to peer pressure is splitting the bill. Like you're hanging out with your folks and stuff, and like you don't drink, you don't buy expensive things, and there is that one guy that will say, let's split the bill, why not? So I think that's something that's important to mention, honestly, and I think this is kind of a peer pressure because kind of obvious. And when it comes to teenager peer pressure related things, I could spend like the whole night speaking of it, and speaking personally, the situations that I gave in because of peer pressure, like when it comes to drugs, alcoholics, even what I was about to say, even in hooking up situations. And speaking of it, there was this guy in high school that I was hooking up with, and a friend of mine, a friend, no, but an acquaintance of mine, peer pressured me to hook up with this other guy. And like, I didn't want to, I just didn't want to. But he peer pressured me so much, like insanely, in a such level that I ended up hooking up with this other guy, So, I mean, I could, as I said before, I could like spend the whole night speaking of it. And yeah, that's basically it. I've talked too much, right? Let me see if the other question. Have you ever pressured anyone? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like when I was in high school, for sure, I peer pressured someone. Not gonna lie, being honest. And by the way, I'm not going to say that I'm happy that this happened, but fortunately, that happened when I was a teenager, because right now, as a 20-year-old girl, I kind of got the sense, So I'm not doing anything like inconvenient or tactless, I'm not doing something like that because I kind of have experienced that. Of course, that I'm about to make many, many mistakes, but at least I've learned something from my teenager times. That's it.
Thank you. And you, Gustavo?
I don't think I have, because I was really shy in my earlier years, especially as teenager, and I just try to stay in my group. I think I was more peer pressured than like to do that to someone else. Yeah, that's it.
And you, Bruna? Thank you, Gustavo. And you, Bruna?
I think I will go with go. I wasn't the shark girl, but I've always been in the kind of in the mean girls group, you know. Oh gosh, yes. I don't like it. Like nowadays when I look back at the time, I don't like it. But I was the silly one, you know, like my friends peer pressured me and I would go with them, you know. The ideas weren't mine. But yeah, I think that's it. I can't remember actually if I have already peer pressured someone. Um, but that's it. I don't know.
Thank you. And you, Raíssa?
So I think probably. I think many times I make this, but I think is I sometimes I without to even realize is this.
Um, Thank you, Raíssa. In my case, I always shy. I always nervous. So it's difficult. I know it's someone for do something. And the next question is, would you say you usually fall for the peer pressure? You can start, Gustavo, for us, please.
I would say that right now, not as much as I would when I was a teenager. But yeah, sometimes I can, because you have the group that you're familiar with, and sometimes you know that you can give into this peer pressure, you know, but it's not always a healthy thing to do.
Thank you. And you, Mel.
Right. I've kind of mentioned it before in the previous question, but I haven't mentioned about my mom. Like, yeah, I usually fall for the peer pressure, mainly when my mom is involved. So I totally fall for it. And you know what? I didn't know that, by the way. When I was looking up these content stuff, there is a positive peer pressure, and which is my mom kind of falls in, because my mom peer pressures me a lot when it comes to and um, studying and when it comes to my professional life. So I totally rely on her and I totally accept all of these peer pressures. Sometimes we kind of argue and that's normal, but I totally accept it. That's it.
Thank you. And you, Bruno.
Um, I was thinking of what Mel said and I forgot the question. Oh my God. I'll read it again. Um, if I usually fall, right? Gu was saying that he nowadays it's easier for him. And I was thinking when I was listening to him, I was thinking about me, that I am a people pleaser, you know. So sometimes I want to make everyone feel comfortable and feel okay. And I don't please myself, I please the others. So I think sometimes I need to be careful, you know, about it and try to think of me instead of thinking of other people's needs or pleasures, you know. And this makes me fall for the pressure sometimes, you know. So I try to avoid. I've been learning how to set boundaries and but sometimes it's still hard. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I agree. Thank you. And you, Raíssa?
So I agree with you, Gustavo. I think today, for me, it's easy make it make my choice. What's this?
I need to say, I'm used to fall in purpose. Even nowadays, when I was teenager nowadays, it's hard for me, but I try to change some things about this because, as Melissa said, there are some people that is good for us, but that there is there are some things that not good for us. Then I need to change and think more about me. And um, the next is those choose choose who fall for a person are the ones to be blamed. Um,
Lu, I'm taking it over right now, guys. Lu might going through some issues, and she's back. You kind of frozen a little bit, but now is everything all right, Lu? Go ahead.
thank you. Uh, do you understand the question, Bruna, for start for us, please?
Yes,
Only that
yeah, no, I got it, yeah. Let's see. I don't think we can blame the ones who usually fall for it because um, they, I wouldn't say they're victim because they can speak up, and say, no, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this and that. I think both sides can be blamed, you know. The one who is trying to convince the other, this can be more blamed than than the pressured one. I don't know, because I think also this sometimes we need to establish some limits. So I wouldn't say the one who is pressuring is the worst one. uh, I think both can have this responsibility. um, so yeah, that's it. What do you think, Mel?
Mm. Let me see. You know what? I don't know if there's anyone to be blamed. I'm still trying to get my head around it, but I kind of agree with you, Bruna. I think that if we are to blame someone, like both sides will do it. And I guess that we fall for peer pressure. No, actually, I'm not guessing. Like supporting my answers and try to justify it with historical facts is that, as we saw in the video, biologically we tend to feel that we are in a group, that we belong to a group. So, and like this is might be unconsciously. So we're doing it and we not realizing it. And speaking of it, like as I said before, I got many experiences, personal experience and experience that I've witnessed it, that people fall for it because everybody else is doing so. And yeah, I think that biological facts come to play, and also self-esteem, and mainly in teenager phase, when you must belong to a group, and otherwise it's like the road is ending and stuff. So as I said, to sum up, self-esteem and its nuances and its features and biological facts. That's my point on that.
Thank you. I agree. I really agree too. And you, Gustavo?
Yeah, I agree. And I think that at least in my family and my relatives, they think that if a person does something, it's because she wanted to do something. So it's most the blaming the person that is kind of the victim in this situation. But I don't agree with that because some people are more like psychologically prone to give in to the situation. So like in the video and like Melissa said before, some people are more, we always want to feel like we belong. So for some people, it's more difficult to resist this situation, you know?
And you, Raíssa?
I agree with you, Melissa. I think this is a question. I think this is a question that socialization brings for us. I think socialization demand this type of situation. So I think that the blame is like share. Everyone, I think is everyone. The blame is share.
Thank you. And the next question is it difficult to stand up to peer pressure? Yes, for me, yes. Uh, and you, Bruna?
Definitely. I think nowadays, as I said, it's better. Um, I also think the pandemic has helped me, to be more comfortable to say, I don't want to go out. I want to stay here. I just want to be at home. I know things are getting better now, and I've been facing some moments when I need to tell the person that I don't want to do that. I don't want to go out. I don't want to be at the place. Um, but for me, it's still difficult. Just like Mel said, depending on the case, uh, we are kind of pressured by our family too. So um, it for me it's even harder to stand up in these cases. Mm, that's it. I think it's hard for me.
Okay, thank you. And for you, Melissa?
Mm, yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, I think we all are on the same page, when it comes to it. Yeah, that's basically like I'm totally with Bruna. I totally agree with her, like 100%. It's pretty difficult to stand up to peer pressure. And Gustavo, I agree with Gustavo as well, because he mentioned something about there are people who are psychologically prone to give in to these kind of situations. And speaking of it, guys, like, I don't know if that what I'm about to say, like, kind of falls in peer pressure, but we've been experiencing quarantine, pandemic, and this and stuff, and we tend to be more introspective. And I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I feel like the obligation, not the need, but the obligation to interact with others so that I won't lose my support network, you know? You kind of feel obligated to interact with others, because otherwise people that are around you will get sick and tired of you, you know, in other eyes. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it seems like that I kind of must obligate myself to interact with others so that I won't lose this network, you know? I don't know what pushes me to do that. Maybe society, convenience and stuff. So that's it. If you guys feel the same, open question right here. If you want to compliment or address something, go ahead.
I just want to add something. I was listening I'm sorry, Lou. I was listening to a podcast this week about it was talking about friendship and about this exercise of trying to keep the friendship alive. You know, like you need to. It's not simple, you know, because when we get older, you need to work hard and to try to keep in contact with your friends and to be with them because you don't see each other every day anymore. You don't talk to each other every day anymore. So it's like an exercise, you know, to try to keep contact and to keep talking to them. I lost a lot of friends. I'm kind of alone, you know. The only friends I have are online. So it's been hard.
I'm totally, just to sum up, I'm totally with you on that, Bruno. And by the way, Eric, if you're watching this, thank you so much, man, because I take kind of 2 months to reply his messages, and that's totally fine, you know. I love you, Eric. Thank you for understanding me, and I totally understand you. Thanks for understanding my routine, and I totally understand your routine as well, man. That's it. Keep going, guys.
And you, Gustavo, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with the girls, and I think it's difficult because we don't want to lose our friends. And I don't know, maybe if it is a true friend, you know, like Melissa was saying, if you like doesn't contact the person for a long time, the person still will be your friend, you know. Maybe it's easier to stand because we know each other for a long time, and maybe it's easier to just accept that we don't want to do like everything that the person wants. So I think it's even harder when it comes to family. But we just have to stand up.
Yeah, thank you. And you, Raiz, what do you think about?
I think stand up it's hard for everything for me, but I try make my step by step.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. And the next is, what are some good strategies to resist peer pressure? I don't know if
Look, can I just say something? I don't know if you feel the same, guys, but I think that the questions are kind of repetitive, and that's on me, my bad. What about skipping to question 8? But you can go ahead with what you were saying. Ooh. Wrap up
okay.
it.
Okay, I just um, think about if there are some strategies. I don't know if they are a good strategy because we are a lot of things the per person and a lot of moments that you are for stand up, you know, for this. And if because this I don't know if you are a good strategy. Uh, guys, we want to answer this, or we can skip for the
Can we skip, guys? Because I think it's kind of repetitive. Okay,
It's okay. Yeah.
moving on. Look,
Okay. In the way you see things, in which context one may conform with the group. Okay. What do you think, Bruna?
Which context one may confirm with the group? Just like the girl on the video said about being around a lot of people, you know, when all your friends are gonna do something, you don't want to be the different one, like the boring one. Like, come on, let's go to the party. Everyone is going. You're gonna be the only one who's not going to be there. Let's drink some alcohol. Everyone is trying to do it. Everyone is giving it a try. Do it like this too, like us. I think every time there is more than one person, you're the only one who doesn't want to follow the group. This can happen, you know. I think that's it. Usually in parties, doing drugs, I think is the most common one. Gosh, or like drinking alcohol, you know. This is pretty common, and this is like how everyone, I think, starts, you know, or like most of us start drinking because of it. Um, that's it. What do you think, Raíssa?
Raíssa, if you're speaking, you muted. She will show up. She will speak up. I feel that. So she will do it. So you can move on, Lu. Raíssa, where you at? Speak up when you can, okay? Oops, she's gone. But no problem. Maybe it was like the technical issues and stuff. Go ahead, Lu.
Okay. How about you, Gustavo?
I consider that maybe if you like the situation, it's not the exact thing that you wanted to do, but yeah, you can go with the group because it's not exactly bad, you know. I was thinking like, oh, maybe if you go to the movies and I'm gonna watch a movie with the group, but I'm not exactly wanting to see this movie, but I think it would be okay to watch it, you know, some situation like this.
And you, Mel, thank you, Gustavo. And you, Mel, what do you think?
Come on, was another example to depict peer pressure than TikTok, like the trending things and stuff. Just kidding, but I totally understand the whole TikTok stuff, you know, how important it is to digital marketing. I totally get it. And hi Isa, welcome back. Good to see you back. And by the way, I would like to come up with another example, guys. And it's related to workplace, which is, I guess, like the peer pressure stuff like totally goes on at workplaces, you know, especially, I don't know, let's say that there is an argument that you're having with your superiors, and your superior is like a dick, and nobody will speak up, you know, everybody will remain in silence due to really bad and questionable consequences. But I think like at the workplace, there is the negative peer pressure, you know, totally. Or like the gossiping thing. I don't know if gossip kind of falls in peer pressure, but I don't know if you are in a group, they are gossiping, you might gossip as well. So these kind of things, you know. That's basically it. And I guess like a positive peer pressure with another example is studies groups, you know, TNT, for example, like unconsciously peer pressuring you to speak in English, Spanish, or another language, you know, because I'm sure if you have LinkedIn, you've came across a LinkedIn post or something like that. So unconsciously, I hate this word. You kinda is peer pressured. Hi, so I'm sending you the questions again.
Okay.
Luana, you can go ahead.
Hi, so do you want answer the number way? If you're speaking, you are
Wait. 8.
the number.
In the way you see things. Is this?
Yeah. Yeah, in the way you see things, in which context one may conform with the group.
In the way you see things. I do not understand this question. Maybe you can help me.
Of course. So basically, share with us like another example, other examples that people are peer pressured. For example, I mentioned workplace. Do you have any other example in mind that you would like to share?
In the school.
Yeah, totally.
I think in the school. University.
University. We haven't
Yes.
spoken about it. That's right.
I think some teachers make this pressure this necessary pressure. I don't know if say this.
Okay,
But I
and
think
then
university is a place.
I'm curious about it. Now, is it like a negative or a positive one?
For me, it's negative.
Negative, I see.
Yes.
Would you like to share an example or not? Don't you want to expose anyone?
I think it's I have difficult for express this in English.
Alrighty, no problem. Chill.
I don't know.
But I totally see what you mean.
Okay.
Okay, moving on, Lu.
Thank you, Raissa. We can skip for the number 10. Do peer pressure shape your beliefs and values? What do you think, Mel?
Like 100%. I mean, one example that I guess is like, it's pretty relevant to talk about and discuss is Malala. God damn it. Can you picture yourself? Actually, you can picture yourself in a patriarchal society where you as a girl, as a woman, you cannot study and stuff. You cannot have your rights assured. And Malala just speak up, you know. Malala just spoke up, actually. Malala just spoke up, and this was like amazing. I mean, I assume that she was positively peer pressured by her family, and that totally shaped her beliefs, values, and all her worldviews, you know. And that's why she's impacting the road. She's impacted at that years ago when it comes to stand up for girls' rights. And in the other eyes, there is the peer pressure, like the patriarchal stuff, the sexist stuff, which girls and women don't see themselves in another reality, so they kind conform with it and give in to this peer pressure. And that's pretty understandable, because you see yourself like surrounded by people that are telling you that you as a girl, as a woman, you all the places that you walk, you must have a man by your side, and you cannot study, you cannot have your independence in many, many ways. So I think that totally depicts peer pressure when it comes to values, beliefs, and culture. That's it.
I totally agree. And you, Bruno?
Definitely. I totally agree with you, Mel. And I also think this can not only it can shape our beliefs and values, but I think the political view, because it's like we're in that bubble, group of people we are usually in, and I think they can influence us in a positive way, maybe trying to see other points of view, that they are not too familiar for us, or try to see it from other point. I think this can be something positive somehow. So yes, I think it definitely shapes.
Thank you. And how about you, Raíssa?
Yes, I think it's hard go to. I think it's hard to go to another way, but it's not impossible. I think it's this. If I understand the question.
Okay, thank you. And how about you, Gustavo?
Yes, 100%. Maybe not all of our beliefs and values, but most, I think. And there is a saying, I just don't know how to say that in English. It's like, tell me who you go with, and I'll tell you who you are. I don't know if it's from the Bible. I just don't remember, but I believe in that.
Okay, thank you. Guys, we need to finish with the meeting. Thank you for coming, and you can subscribe in our channel of YouTube for comment something that like, and we have a link for this.
We
I think.
do. But first thing first, guys, I'm sharing with you right now. Thank you so much, Lu, for coming up with our YouTube channel. And now, guys, I'm sharing with you the survey, okay? So this survey, it's all related to this meeting, this topic, and this co-hosting, this hosting actually. And let me remind you that Luana was co-hosting this meeting. And that's basically it, guys. Now I'm sharing with you the YouTube channel, and I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. And by the way, have you learned something, guys? Have you learned anything this evening? Open question here. Yes. No. Okay, guys.
We always learn from the we always learn from the experience, and I think started talking about it, and how to speak up and how to stand up is really important. So yes.
Totally with you, Bruno. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for showing up, guys. Thank you for co-hosting this meeting, Lu. And guys, to wrap up, so first, here you go, the survey, TALKNTALK website, so you can go over our plans and stuff if you're looking for classes. and then YouTube, our YouTube channel. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye, Bruna. Bye,
Thank
Lu,
you.
Raíssa, and Gustavo,
Bye.
guys.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.